Okay, so welcome to lecture everyone, and in this lecture guys I'm going to show you that how we will be able to insert a record in a particular table in a bulk. So let's suppose I have thousands and thousands of record which is available inside my table, inside my CSV or inside my Excel sheet. So how I can try to insert all of these record in a single shot. So in my previous lecture, as we were talking about Jara, right? As we were talking about a Jara record, and we have so many records inside this Jara one. So we have in total 252 records. As you can see, 253 is a total number of rows, which includes a very first row, which is nothing but a column name. So I have to insert all of these record in one single go. How I will be able to do that? Let's try to understand. So here, guys, you will be able to find out in this like a schema section. So by default this section will be open. Maybe you can try to click on this schema section. As you can see my like a mouse, right? So just try to click on this schema section and then try to like refresh this one if you are not able to see your table and your database. So I have a database called as Jara, and then I have a table called as product. Yeah. So I'm able to see a product table. I'm able to see a Jara database. Now what I can do is I can right click on this table, right? I can right click on this table and then I can try to select this data import wizard. So there is something called as data import wizard and there is something called as data export wizard. So here even you will be able to find out even on like a database, if you are going to hover your mouse, you will be able to find out that table data import wizard. And if you are going to right click on the table itself, right, this is the product table that I have. So here you will be able to see a table data export plus import wizard. Now, so here lot of features you will be able to find out, but again, I'm not going to talk about all of these features for now. I will be talking about all of these things as we are going to progress inside this class. But yeah, so I will try to select this option called as import wizard. We have to import the data, right? We have to insert some data into our table. So we are going to use a table data import wizard. I will click over here, right? I'll click over here and then I'm going to browse my file. So wherever my file is, in whatever location, whatever drive I'm trying to keep a file, I'm going to browse my file. First of all, I'm going to browse my data. Then I'm going to click on next. But before that, so table data import allows you to easily import CSV and JSON data file. So you have to keep your data in a CSV format, comma separated value format, and maybe into a JSON format, JavaScript object notation format. You can try to keep it. If you have these two kind of a data file, you will be able to import it. Yeah, otherwise you can convert it. That is also possible, right? Now here, so I can click on next, and once I'm going to click on next, so it is going to give you two options. One option is use existing table. So I have a table called as product, right? Table called as product inside a database called as Jara. You will be able to see all the list of table inside this one. Now there is another option called as create a new table, right? Create a new table. So automatically inside this one, so it is going to give you all the option for database selection. So in whatever database you would like to create a new table, you will be able to create it. So for example, if I'm going to select database is equal to Jara, and then I can try to give my table name over here and I will be able to create it, right? And here I can select drop table if exist. So if table exists, drop it. Yeah. But I can try to select use existing table. I already have a table. I just wanted to use a same table which I already have. So here I can try to click on next. Very simple. Now the main part is here, right? The main part is here. So I have already created a table. Yep, I have already created a table, and in my table I have added a ID incremental column and I have made it as a primary key. Okay, so here this mapping is pretty much important. The reason is very simple. So see, I had created a ID column, right, which was not a part of my actual data. But yeah, I just have created the like a ID column so that I can try to like maintain the ID of the data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in an incremental way, and I have made it as a primary key so that it will be unique. Now, so it is by default trying to map my source column. Source column is coming from where? Source column is coming from my file, the CSV file which I have like I'm trying to read. And then this is the destination column, the table in which I am trying to store the data. So here, right, so here whenever you are trying to perform these operations, so you have to make sure that this mapping should be correct. Yeah, this mapping should be correct. So as of now, product ID is trying to map with ID. It's not a correct mapping. Product ID should be mapped with the product ID itself. Product position with product position, promotion with promotion, product category with the product category, seasonal with a seasonal, sales volume with the sales volume, and rest is fine. So brand with the brand and rest is completely fine. So rest is not having it any kind of issue. Section, terms, scrapped is scrapped, currency, price, description, name, SKU, URL, brand. Okay, so all checked, everything looks fine to me. Fine. Okay, now then I will try to click on next. If you're not doing it right, if it is not able to find out a correct mapping, it is going to give you a successful, but it will not insert any record. Yeah. So just try to click on next and then click on next once again. Now here it will start importing a data and then finish performing the task. Click next to continue. So I'm going to click on next, continue, and then table jara.product has been used and 252 records imported. Yeah, 252 records imported. I can click on finish. I can click on finish. Now here I can see that it is able to insert a record. It is able to insert a record inside my particular table, right? Inside a particular table. Now, even if I'm going to like search it, I will be able to see a lot of records inside this one. A lot of records I will be able to find out inside this one. It simply means that it's been inserted somehow. Yeah. So as of now, total 510 records I have inserted twice, and then like a couple of more records I have done as an insertion. So yes, all my records has been inserted. Fine. All my records has been inserted. Now right click and then I can try to even click on export. And what and all column I would like to export, I can try to select it over here. Yeah, I can try to select it over here. I can even click on advanced, leave it this part. So I don't want to like do it from a query. So I will just try to export each and everything. So next, and then file path. So where you would like to like export it, in which file format you would like to export the entire data, download the entire data. So file path, so maybe I can try to like keep here Jara export Jara.csv. Yeah, Jara export Jara.csv. I can try to even export it as a JSON file. That's completely fine. So I can click on next. I can click on next. And it should be able to export all the record inside my data set. So here, if I'll go and if I'll try to check, so there is a folder called as Jara export. Inside that, there is a file called as Jara. And now if I'm going to check this file, right? So it must have like a, let me close this part. Yeah. So it must be having all of these records inside it. This is not the same one. I have already opened up one set of files. So yeah, leave it, then open it. So here you must be able to see that it has done an export of the entire data, right? It has done the export of the entire data in a CSV format, obviously, right? In a CSV format. So it has already done the like an export of the entire data set. Simple. So import and export, both I will be able to do it in a bulk manner. As simple as that, with the help of simple right click and a UI interface. As simple as it, right? As it is. So with that, guys, thank you so much. See you again in my next lecture. Hope all of you, we are able to understand that how we can do a import and how we can try to do a export operation with respect to a SQL data set. Thank you so much, everyone.